who was there. Dan is a futurist, a technological researcher. He says, it's a mistake to assume people know what they want. Because if they don't know what's possible, to assume people know what they want. Because if they don't know what's possible, they're going to ask for too little. Isn't that the truth? Part of what we do is painting pictures of what's possible, showing people the possibilities. And I think that's really an important element in all that. So what does the customer experience? They experience people. They experience processes that we go through in dealing with people. They experience the products or services that they get from us. How many of those three can you control on some level? Yeah, three. You are the people. You implement the processes. You represent the products. You choose which ones you're going to focus on. Okay? But most of all, what people experience is the feelings that they have from doing business with you and me. I want to talk about a concept that I call upserving, and it's contrasted with upselling. Upselling is about getting someone to buy more. Upserving, on the other hand, is about getting someone to feel more satisfied. Okay? So let me put this in context. It's not focusing on your needs to sell. It's focusing on their needs as the buyer. And the emphasis is not to get them to increase the size of the order. That may happen. But the emphasis is on getting them to feel more satisfied that they're your customer. Okay? Here's how I saw that in action years ago. 1975, I moved from Little Rock to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Lived in Tulsa for 6 years. When I moved there, the first thing I wanted to do on getting to Tulsa was reestablish my day-to-day routine. And for me, the day-to-day routine always begins with me going to breakfast by myself. I take my writing pad, I take a pen, and I sit there by myself and I let my mind do whatever it wants to do that morning. I've done that for 30-some-odd years and it served me very well. So I got to Tulsa and I looked around for my breakfast restaurant. And sure enough, about a mile from the new office, there was the symbol of it. Sticking up through the trees. Well, I had pretty simple taste at the time, but there are the Golden Arches. And I pulled over into the parking lot that day. It was a slow morning. I walked into the McDonald's, and behind the counter were two women, a 20-year-old and a teenager. And as I approached the counter, the 20-year-old said, "Good morning, what's your name?" In a McDonald's. I said, she said, "What's wrong?" I said, "You just asked my name." She said, "Question was too hard?" No. She said, "Well, what is it and what will you have?" I said, "It's Jim Cathcart and I'll have an Egg McMuffin and coffee." She said, "Fine, that'll cost $1.41. So I paid. I started to walk off with my breakfast and the teenager turned to the 20-year-old. She said, "Hey, Grandma, where are the coffee cups?" I said, "There is no way on earth you are a grandmother." She said, "No, but that's my nickname. They call me Grandma because I'm kind of the mother hen around here. I take care of things." And I said, "Well, what do you like to be called?" She said, "You can call me Grandma. My name's Marilyn." I said, "Okay, Grandma." You know, and I went on and I ate my breakfast. Now, I had a good time that morning. I came back the next day, and this became my regular place. Every morning for the first several, she asked my name. Then she started to remember it, and then she realized I was always ordering the same thing, always an Egg McMuffin and coffee. Always cost $1.41. So it was a regular routine, and I enjoyed the routine. Well, one morning I pulled into the parking lot, and I looked up and said, "Uh-oh. What do you think I saw?" A bus? Oh, no. Two buses. Now, two buses empty in a McDonald's parking lot equals what in a McDonald's lobby? Chaos. I figure, okay, 45 people per bus, we got 90 head ready to graze in the lobby of this McDonald's. That's okay, it's my place, I'm going in. So I parked my car, I walked over, squeezed into this place. Got in there, looked for the line that was moving fastest, the one that'll stop if you get in it. It stopped. Then I heard my name, Mr. Cathcart. Mr. Cathcart. And I look up at the front, it's Grandma, Marilyn. Yes. She said, "Your breakfast is ready." Excuse me. Coming through. My breakfast is ready. reached for my $1.41. She said, nah, it's on the house. How's it going there? Yo. Went into that dining room and dined, if that's possible, on an Egg McMuffin. Now, what do you think at that moment? Do you figure the odds were pretty good I might come back? What would you say? Pretty good, extremely good, or a slam dunk certainty? Slam dunk. What am I coming back for? The cuisine? No? Not the product? The price? That was a good price. What would I come back for? Yeah, Grandma, for the way she made me. The way she made me feel. With one simple, seemingly trivial gesture, she bought 6 years of customer loyalty. I'd bring business friends for lunch. I don't even like their lunch. They would say, there? It's special. It was for me. Now, I want you to stop and analyze this for a second. 6 years of customer loyalty from one simple gesture. What did it cost her to do the gesture? That was the gross cost. What was the net? What, 2 cents? You've eaten one of those. Huh? But we'll give her the benefit of the doubt. It's $1.41, okay? How much time do you think she committed to that transaction? 15 seconds. You know, she's serving the other people, sees me, gets down someone's order, gets an extra egg sandwich and coffee. Mr. Cathcart, your breakfast is ready. No, it's on the house. Goes on serving other people. Maybe 15 seconds. 15 seconds of her time, $1.41 gross revenue commitment, 6 years of customer loyalty, 27 years of free advertising. Now, we're talking ROI. 27 years of me telling that story and giving them free advertising? That ain't bad. So why'd she do it? She did it because it was in the training manual. Okay, she did it because they gave bonuses to people who did that. No. She did it because if she hadn't done that, somebody would have noticed, she'd have gotten in trouble. She did it. Why'd she do it? She wanted to. Now think about that. We're talking management strategy here. She did it because she wanted to? How are you going to manage wanted to? Half of what you do is managing point of view. Half the job is keeping people in the right frame of mind. When people don't see much purpose in what they're doing, they don't add much value to what they're doing. How do you get someone to step outside of only what's required and do something exceptional? You do it by raising their thinking to the level that they see the purpose of it all. They realize that the purpose of your business is to cause the other businesses you deal with to be better off because they know you, because they relate to you, because they connect with you. You're in it together. Society advances, your business advances, your personal career advances based on the solutions you produce and the connections you sustain. Relationship and selling comes as a package, inseparable. So what's the purpose of what you do? Let me offer a way of saying the answer, okay? To make life better for people. Could I get an amen for that one? Amen. Thank you very much. The purpose of what we do is to make life better for people, for heaven's sakes. And we need to remember that the way to do that is be the person you're capable of being. J.C. Penney years ago said, no one need live a minute longer as he is because the Creator endowed you with the ability to change yourself. Now, you can't change your nature, but you can certainly determine which parts of it you cultivate, right? Everyone's capable of excellence, magnificence in their own particular niche, but we've got to nurture our nature. And we ought to aim high, because the way we see the future unfolding determines what kind of qualities we develop in ourselves. The future you see defines the kind of person you'll end up being. So it matters what you dream about the future, and you control that dream. And aim high. Here's a quote from Earl Nightingale. Years ago, I heard Nightingale on the radio. And it was 1972, Little Rock, Arkansas. I was a government clerk working for the Housing Authority, $500 a month, had a new wife and baby at home, no college degree, no money in the bank, no connections in the community. In the next room, the radio's playing, and Earl Nightingale's fatherly voice comes on in that little 5-minute radio show that's kind of like Paul Harvey's. And he said, if you will spend 1 hour a day extra studying your field, within 5 years or less, you'll be a national expert. And I thought, an hour a day? I'm a government clerk. I got 8 hours a day. I can do this by Thursday. Then I had a new dilemma. What do I want to be an expert at? Well, it weren't urban renewal. And I thought, I want to do what the guy on the radio is doing. I want to help people grow. But I had two conditions that would tend to limit one's speaking career. I had never given a speech in my life, and I had nothing to say. Kind of keeps your fees modest, you know. But I thought, okay, I'll take him at his word. And I started spending an hour a day, sometimes 2 hours a day, studying the field of human development, reading the classic books like Think and Grow Rich by Norman Vincent Peale, Power of Positive Thinking, or Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Peale. You know, the classics like that. Then I started going to seminars, listening to records, and then later to tapes. And then next thing I knew, I was involved in the field of training. I was leading workshops. And in 1977, which was 5 years later, I went into my own business, June 16th, 1977, as a speaker and trainer. And I've been doing that now for 25 years. Been the president of my industry association, inducted in the Speaker Hall of Fame, all the things that speakers dream about doing. Wow! To know that that's possible for someone who starts off sitting there as a $500 a month clerk with no assets on their side. Think about what's possible when you start at your level. You're already leaders. You already know the fundamentals. You already know the people. You've got the resource. You're surrounded with connections. And you're sitting here in the midst of an information resource of massive proportions. If you've spent 15 minutes a day, 15 minutes, you could find that. 15 minutes a day studying just the part of this that you love the most. I'll bet in 3 years or less you'd be a national expert on that. And within 5 years, a global expert on that particular niche. So ask yourself every day, how would the person I'd like to be, the oak, do the work I'm about to do as an acorn? Acorns that think like acorns stay acorns or become squirrel food. Acorns that think like oaks spawn generations of future acorns. How would the person I'd like to be do the thing I'm about to do? Here's a graphic that's on my website. The website's my name, Cathcart.com. Go to the website, scroll down to this graphic, and you can click on that and download it as wallpaper in your computer, or send it to yourself free as a postcard, electronic postcard, and you can save it that way. You can even pass it on to other people if you like. So if that question is inspiring to you, capture it like that. If you want it on a mouse pad, you can buy it there on the website. As a matter of fact, the website looks like this, Cathcart.com. If you're interested in the books and the other learning materials, you can acquire those from there, because a lot of times bookstores don't inventory them at the right level to meet this enormous demand that I generate. But on that, there are many things, including some articles. There are 3 in particular that I think you'd enjoy. Just go to the articles portion on the left-hand side of that little menu bar and click on articles, and you'll see these. And by the way, you remember the Beloit College thing, the mindset list? That's on there. Free. Just download it. And download these articles. 15 ways to grow your business, 11 ways to expand your life, 20 ways to increase your sales. So maybe those will give you some resources to add to all of this, so that you practice relationship selling not just at the beginning of this new era, but that you become the model of relationship selling that others aspire to be. Thank you for this time. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Woo! My. Thank you.
Very well.
Oh, God bless you. Thank you. Woo!